This video is brought to you in part by Suicide Squad, one of the worst DC movies I've ever seen in my life. And before everybody starts, oh my god, Jake, you have no idea what you're talking about. It was such a good movie. When you look at it in retrospect, from the point of view as a critic rather than just an avid DC fan moviegoer, you have to realize it's not anything like it's supposed to be. If you look at the original comic book version of Suicide Squad and the live action movie that came out a little while ago, it's not that good. Me, I am the hugest, the biggest, the most avid fan when it comes to continuity, especially when it comes to comic book continuity. And Suicide Squad unfortunately did not deliver. Now please, again, I'm just stating my opinion of why I don't like Suicide Squad. So please, don't start attacking me in the comments saying, oh my god, you are the worst movie critic I've ever had the misfortune of listening to. But you know what? It is not easy going out on YouTube and saying Suicide Squad is a terrible movie. Because you have all the entire new fan base of people saying, "What? How could you not like it? It was a DC masterpiece. It's so good. I can't wait for the second one." Here's why I don't like it. In the previous video with It, I mentioned how I didn't like how they're introducing so many characters at the same time. The reason why I don't like Suicide Squad is for that exact reason. What Suicide Squad likes to do is treating us like we're children. You have all these kids sitting around, okay? And it's 4th of July. You get a bunch of fireworks, and you just start blowing them up. Naturally, all the kids are going to look and be like, oh my god, what's going on over there? And they all look. That's what Suicide Squad's doing. They think by showing us a bunch of cool special effects, a bunch of action scenes, you want a hero? Bam, Deadshot. Bam, Harley Quinn. Bam, Killer Croc. You have all these characters thrown in your face. It expects me to get attached. By the way, spoiler alert, if you have not seen Suicide Squad. If you haven't seen it by now, I'm kind of surprised because I feel like everybody has seen it at this point. But, they just keep throwing characters at you, just hitting you in the face, bombarding you with information. Oh, Deadshot over here had a little girl to take care of. Boom. El Diablo was... He murdered his wife and kid. Boom. Harley Quinn. Doctor turned psychopath. Boom. They just throw things in your face. And just all these bright lights and fancy flashes are just, wow, look over here. Let's distract you from the fact that this movie has no actual storyline whatsoever. There's no constructive team building. Yes, okay. Ooh, they did get together at the end and beat the main Enchantress villain, who turned out to be the villain all along, even though it was a bunch of villains. Let me just ask, what the hell is the point of recruiting Suicide Squad? Killer Croc? Yeah, that guy can probably bench press a truck for fun. I understand that. That's cool, man. You guys have a Killer Croc on your team that's the size of a small mountain? You go for it. Extra strength, extra firepower, boom. You got this guy over here. Now by extra firepower, I mean literally El Diablo, who can shoot flames out of his hands. That's badass. That is definitely someone you want on your team. Deadshot. Deadshot, I can give a pass to because he's the world's greatest assassin. Never misses a bullet. That's cool. I would not mind having that on my team. And then you start getting into... I'm gonna call it the flunkies. By flunkies, I mean literal no point to this team. Harley Quinn. Did not like her character. At all. You're telling me you have the entire US military at your disposal to use at any time. You could look for the best Black Ops sniper in the world, or the greatest martial artist in the world. And you're telling me you went with Harley Quinn, a known villain, an actual psychotic villain, an actual person who actually let the Joker, help the Joker escape. The Joker, who is a psychotic nutcase who kills anybody he wants, anybody who gets in his way. And you're telling me you hired the person that is his accomplice as an extra member of your team. That is literally the most stupid concept I've ever heard in my life. I can't really say I'm a fan of it comic book wise either, but the whole idea of Suicide Squad is stupid anyways. and they think they were gonna redeem it by, oh, here, El Diablo, he's actually a kind soul. Wait a minute, let's kill him off. Do you think I cared? The fact that a character that I spent 5 minutes getting to know is killed? No, because I have no emotional attachment to him. Because you ruined the movie by constantly throwing these characters in my face, bombarding me with all this information about these new characters. I can barely keep track of 3 characters. Don't give me 7, okay? There's no way I'm gonna remember 7 people, all of their backstories, as I'm trying to process everything else I'm seeing at the same time. It was like a roller coaster, but it was like the entire time I'm on this roller coaster, it was at an uncomfortable position where I'm just like, oh, I mean, I would be having fun if I wasn't so uncomfortable the whole time. I feel like that's a weird analogy to make. I feel like I can think of one better. Like, okay, I can't think of one better apparently, but I'm just gonna give my honest review. I'd give it a solid 4 out of 10. Kind of low standards. Everyone's gonna start jumping down my throat and just throwing rocks at me or something. But hear me out. The reason I give it a 4 out of 10, the fact that it didn't get a 0 out of 10 is a miracle on its own. I give it solely for the action. It was badass the way that Deadshot did his stuff, where he was like, oh man, oh, shooting everything, where he was testing his gun for the first time, and he's like, oh my god, watch this, and he's shooting all down the line and hitting every single mark. And he's a funny character. I've always loved Will Smith. From The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to I Am Legend, he can play any role. He really gets his mind, and Men in Black, of course. He can get his mind into any role and just stick with that character, and it's awesome. Much appreciation. So I'm not really gonna like shit on Deadshot too much, because his character is cool. I like his character. And just the whole Harley Quinn. I mean, as people who've seen the movie, you gotta admit, you know she's just there for fan service. I mean, if I had a dime for every part in that movie where it was like some kind of ass shot where she's pulling up her pants and like you see a little bit of butt cheeks hanging out and the fans are like, oh my god, oh I love Harley Quinn, I love Margot Robbie, she's so amazing. I could retire right now. It was just all fan service. And the Joker, okay, everyone's gonna hate me for this, but everyone's like, oh, the Joker did a good job, blah blah blah. I'm kind of on the fence about it, because Jared Leto is a man who had to follow behind Heath Ledger. Rest in peace. He had to follow in his footsteps. That's hard enough on its own. But I know that they're going for the New 52 Joker, but I just don't understand that scene where he's laying around a bunch of knives and he laughed. His laugh was like the ultimate cringe compilation. I can't even do it. He's like, like something like that. Like just this weird guttural noise in his throat. And I'm watching it. I'm like, that's such an awkward laugh. It's like, it's forced. It feels forced. And it just kind of, I don't like Jared Leto as a Joker. I'm sorry. Great actor, nevertheless, but I just don't like him as the Joker. Margot Robbie, again, she's good for whatever she's in, and I really can't name off the top of my head whatever she's in, but she just seems like a good actress. Don't like these two. Granted, at the end of the movie where they were just like, oh, 10 years off your prison sentence, that was kind of shady on their part. Because at the end of it, all you feel is nothing but pity. And yeah, it's kind of bad to feel pity for criminals, but like, they did all this stuff. They saved Amanda Waller for 10 years off their sentence. 10 years. When you're serving a life sentence. So you have, 310 years in jail, but it's okay. We dropped it down to 300 years. You'll thank us later in the future. It's so stupid. If I found out that my 2 life sentences were going to be reduced by like 1%, I'd be pissed. I'd be really pissed. I honestly don't give a shit if you put, oh, well, we'll give you a coffee maker. No, coffee maker is not going to take back. I wanted freedom. I wanted to get out. I wanted to be in society again. But, no man, 10 years off your prison sentence, that's great. Awesome, can't wait for the next Suicide Squad movie. Which I hope is better. And my final point of the video is the way I would have done Suicide Squad. Spend an entire movie introducing the characters, saying, hey, here's Deadshot. Let's look into his past. Okay, let's look into this person's past next. After I've given enough sufficient advice about a certain character, you know? Spend the whole movie getting them all together, recruiting them, kind of make a really big build-up. And then the next movie, you know? Everyone's super hyped for it. They're like, man, Suicide Squad was good. I'd put a little action in there, of course. Kind of have like their own like side mission. Here, you know what? Here. It's forgivable if in the next movie you delve more into character development of each character. So then I'm like, okay, I can actually start getting attached to them. Like, if you go the entire movie and Deadshot gets murdered in the end, that would be sad because I spent the entire first movie getting used to him just to watch him die in the next movie, and I'm like, oh man, it's not just Deadshot, it's Will Smith. I love that guy. He was so funny. Now he's dead, and I feel kind of sad. It would feel sad. And that's how I would probably make the Suicide Squad, the second one. And I already know for a fact it's not going to go that way. I'm going to go in, my hopes are going to be so high, I'm going to watch it, and 2.5 hours later I'm going to walk out extremely disappointed. It's going to Batman vs Superman me. That's the best way to say it. It's just going to destroy me. It's going to destroy all hope I've had of seeing a good DC movie. But all I can do is just keep my fingers crossed that please, don't just make it a bigger pile of garbage and say, here's a second movie. It's still crap, but there you go. Enjoy this amalgam of characters from DC that we've all just thrown up together and just exhumed onto you. Here's 15 characters instead of the 7 characters we had from the original movie. Here's more Suicide Squad members. Next movie, if you want to introduce 3 characters, go for it. I'll be okay with that, because I can keep track of 3 characters. If you can introduce another 7 characters and make it 14 in total, that's where I'm kind of gonna like draw the line. So, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for watching, and I really hope I get to see you in the next one. So for now, just keep letting me know what you guys want to watch, and I'll see you later. Bye.